Fornite. I had no other ideas to make, so yeah. Click my world, save the world thing. Guys, if you want to add me, play some duos, you can. Why did I not get my collection?
So that's what I'm made of. Does anyone else feel transparent?
Okay. Alright guys, let's watch the MC finals. Some cheese pizza.
Threshold going through, so I was like counting through and calculating. It always took me forever. But Toggle is somebody who's been impressing me a lot. He's been in like a number.
Too bad I'm not in it. Wish I was, but you know, it's good. Let's play 1-2-1 then. Hey, one solo. Then we're gonna watch it, guys. What you really want from me? Say. Okay, guys. No. To the gun. What is wrong? Let's go pressure. First game today, guys, so might be third, I might be bad, might be good. And you saw yesterday's video. I was showing my cousin. I was literally like, if you watched that video, you should. But I came in clutch. Okay. Where's that kid at? Oh, they're still fighting. Why is my aim so trash today? Nope, he's not. Whatever he's doing. Did I just really fail? Now I know there's... Wait. I forgot where it is. Oh, God. I'm just gonna go get the supply drop. This is why I wanted this supply drop. Okay, never mind. Alright guys, we're gonna watch the whatever the video's called.
Let's see. Okay. I like this trio. Do we figured out what this is? Is it Siddig?
I'm pretty sure it's Siddig, yeah.
I like it. Okay. This is my second trio. Now, don't forget, Klops, Diesel, they're still somewhere to be found. We'll catch up with them in their heats. But what do you think so far, man? I mean, I'm very impressed coming out of the Middle East. I mean, this is relatively a new region in the competitive format, and it's really cool to just kind of see how they play, like what their style of Fortnite is heading into these kind of qualifiers.
Well, the biggest thing I've seen is the utilization of different types of metagames and tactics. You have the power boys who play and use everything for the actual end game, which is really nice, right? You see shockwaves coming down all the way at the end. You see a lot of their utility used at the end. But then you have Rampage doing exactly what his name says. Rampaging forward mid-game, shockwaves, stinks, explosions, everything in his inventory. He's sometimes down to just a tactical shotgun. I don't know if he's dropping his ARs, but it's all used mid-game. That's where they get the majority of their points. So it's really cool to see different things go on the leaderboards in different placements, top to bottom.
That's right. I mean, don't forget, guys, there is 7 regions playing here in Grand Finals. I know we all want to watch MMB, of course we do, but don't forget there's other regions that also have been working incredibly hard to make it here and watch me crown season champions. But Fortnite fam, with that, we're going to hop back into games. This is heat number 2, game number 4, and we're back with Dr. Lupo and Sundown.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. As you can see there is a leaderboard real quick, but we're going to hop right on into the next matches. Now, Klops Diesel and them were in that heat. They did qualify going through. They were just on that other page inside the top 16, so don't forget, in some of the smaller regions, Asia, Oceania, and Middle East, it is the top 16 to advance because there's only the 2 heats, whereas in the larger regions, there are 4 heats. So they will be playing in the grand final, and since there is no money on the line today there, that's what it's all about. So the performance is, you know, you're there, you're playing in it.
For anybody that did not follow the heat and layout format of the entire event, go to Google and ask. They will help you, I promise. Meanwhile, we are in Game 4 of Heat 2. Middle East region still, you see in the top right corner of your screen. Just a quick little reminder there. The very beginning of this game. We mentioned Tilted Town earlier. This is one of my favorite personal drop locations right now.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. Because even with the lack of building, you'd think there's nothing you can farm here. You can't break anything. You can still make it out of here with quite an arsenal, a ton of materials, and heals for days. Because the limited loot pool really does focus a lot of the energy into just a handful of different things you see here. Picking up grenades. You've got shockwave. Basically you're gonna land on a pump every single time. An AR is almost guaranteed as well. There's a handful of other, little pieces to mix it up. A sniper maybe in the hands of one of your players, that kind of thing. So for me personally, I love seeing a Tilted Town drop because these players are gonna come out with a guaranteed loot pool that a lot of competitive players are gonna favor no matter what. Plus, infantry rifles are huge late game. You're gonna see a lot of people getting picks from the top of towers while others are on rotation. I have to say, it's one of my favorites.
So I don't disagree. I'm a fan of kind of landing near it and then trying to poach through it and seeing like whether or not it's been looted or to catch somebody.
You're that guy on the hill that shoots at me.
Well, if I'm rotating around and through occasionally, but like in terms of dropping there, the one thing that sticks out to me, I'm a big fan and I play a ton of solos. Like solos is definitely my main game plan. Like I hate when I get in a situation where I felt like there wasn't anything I could do. And like if I'm rotating through, like there are certain angles in Tilted Town where there is a solid like 2 to 3 seconds where if somebody has a bead on you, you will get 200 to 0, period. Yep. And for that to happen to me, like any time that is more than 0 in an arena match or in like a competitive match or in anything is unexcusable for me. Like I love avoiding those situations and not putting myself in a spot. But with that being said, we can see tons of people opting to go here and taking fights. Right now, Ranger getting the drop, picks up Clafty, and then immediately into double pump swap. Those were great shots. And only one of his teammates has been full elim, so he might be able to get over there and save Nightmare as well. But he's trying to track the other player. Does take just the edge of it, and disco.
See the attempted push there. See if they can pick up the last second hit. 120 from above. Might not be able to connect, and it can't. Ranger picking up the trio of eliminations. Able to get the revive on Nightmare, and hopefully pick up on Obito here in a second and go grab the card and get that revive and Tilted Town. Nicely done.
Yeah, and now that they're fully uncontested, they knew there was another team there, Tilted Town becomes much more appealing, right? Now you know the only way you're going to get picked is somebody coming through the outsides, and a lot of people will not actually venture in. People will look down and see, is anyone there? If yes, shoot. If no, let's go anywhere else.
For that last elimination, the Discord call that they're in right now, they all just went nuts. Absolutely went nuts. And I don't blame them. A 3-piece right there as Rangers defending his trio is huge. They do, like you said, they pick up Tilted Town uncontested now. Now, they may not realize it from, we can see the minimap that there's nobody else there, and there's no one else looking for a third-party opportunity from up on a hill, like you were saying you like to do, which makes me no longer your friend, Sundown. It's okay. Just kidding. But this is a really good spot for them now. They can move back into town, pick up as much of the loot that is here as possible. You see they're splitting minis and any other shields. It's going to be material share, that kind of thing. It's a great spot for them to be in right now.
Now we're going to hop over to one of my favorite drop spots, both as a split drop in trios and a drop in solos, is the Hot Springs with the fishy.
After this, this game, I am going to play duos or solos or squads or solo arena.
2 chest spawns up top. There's is 27.
So you guys can keep on watching.
Deadshot gets deadshotted right away.
This is the problem with this drop. You're saying it is literally a required split drop. So you have people, your trio is not everybody's near each other, and right there, Deadshot being too far to the east, ends up paying the price. Not a good look early game in game 4 for this trio.
Yeah, but normally you're supposed to sprint over here or have a teammate drop over at this science spot immediately, because this is a great source of both metal and brick with 2 different chest spawns. And not having control of this, you typically will sprint over here with a driftwood, but they ran straight into a fight. Godlike takes a ton of damage right off the bat. No shields left to him. Tyrax has to box himself up, and they're in a tough situation when he has really good loot.
He does. He does indeed. Decent spray, no pump, but the tack is still good enough to make a difference. Meanwhile, Godlike Launchpad does have that campfire, but gonna use the single grenade, knock out the structure. Looking for a quick edit through, switching a spray, can't quite find a bead on anybody just yet. Tyrax still rotating around inside as well. Basically trying to play keep away at this point. Just stuck in a 3v2 situation. Godlike getting punished from above. Gonna have to try and hold that wall. A ton of metal, which is fantastic. It does put the campfire down. But you're looking at a situation where we might have, oh my gosh, got the edit, the trap placement.
The second one down, oh my lord!
Are you kidding me? On the spot.
Godlike, that was Godlike.
Such good heads up play. Ends up getting 2 pickups there, 2 eliminations. This just went from a 3v2 to a 2v1 in their favor.
The good old dodgeball swing there. Might as well have caught. Took some damage there. They know the opponent's nearby. Another great follow-up. Some shield tags from Godlike. Finds the 103 and it clears up Hope. They do have driftboards nearby. There is a med kit down there, so we should hopefully be able to keep Tyrax in there, but it burned through a lot of their other resources. On the other hand, you now have the loot from that trio, and we already said they were decently kitted. 3 points going over to them, and having the driftboards mean they should be safe now.
Godlike with a double trap placement play to literally swing that from being outnumbered to 3 eliminations, a launch pad, and the opportunity to escape. That is a big shift. That being said, no matter what, because the distance that Deadshot was from the other 2, they're stuck in a duo now. No chance to grab the reboot card. They're going to have to make their way to the safe zone at this point, especially because they are so far out. You see kind of the curve. They're going to have to make it past Loot Lake all the way down here to get into the safe zone.
And that's super dangerous because you're going to have a number of different teams who are funneling in towards that north side and then looking to continue to rotate out or to about face. And driftboards are loud. That's the one thing about them. While they are very mobile and they're fast, you can hear a driftboard from a mile away, and if somebody does get a bead on you, these players are very good. They won't miss. You will take damage. You'll either have to hop off and then be stuck and being storm held, or just continue to find a way to break line of sight and hope they don't send you into one of those ridiculous spins that you can't recover from.
Tilted down. I know the spins you're talking about. Tilted down, still inside this next safe zone. Look at the move from circle 2 to 3 here in a minute 40. Quick little tag and some stinks inside. Sure, the loot share is going on. 142 builds. No eliminations for this trio of Pancakes, Sir Panda, and Clipper. You do see all the way to the top of your screen right now a small tower built up on top of that hill above Shifty Shafts. That's basically center-ish of this next safe zone. So that team, whoever's up there, is in a good spot already. You mentioned the drift boards. You see the outline of players flying in. Adapter and Obede both on them right now. Looks like Kakarot might be the only player in that trio that does not have a drift, and he may run into Clipper and Pancake here in just a second. I would expect shots if they think it's a good timing. Oh, and here in a second, wait for it. There it is. The countdown, and they start beaming. Looks like all the way to white damage at this point. The knock. Kakarot away from his trio. He's caught on the outside, quickly eliminated as Obede and the other teammate sitting on top of that campfire at this point.
Really weird that he didn't cover his back. Like, I figured at least would have tried to ramp push himself forward a little bit, or just toss a wall in that direction, but it seemed like he couldn't really tell where it was coming from.
You expect even the reaction speed from a competitive player in Fortnite right now, you get a shot and you're not 100% sure where it's coming from, you're going to spin and burn the 40 materials literally just to put up the walls in every direction. No reason not.
Worst case scenario, point your head straight down and toss a cone on your head.
Yep.
But now honestly, I hate these fights. These fights irk me more than anything because there's so many spots in Shifty where
there's a lot of little angles.
Is occupied. But now a great little hop through for a Clipper, but then he gets clipped himself. Pancake trying to do everything, does pick up Adapter, and that's another trio going down. So now 3 elims for them, but 2 revives that need to happen. And there's a number of teams there, but Pancake will be playing medic and get this one taken care of.
Well done on his part. 3 eliminations now, 24 points total. We're at 27 trios. Storm Surge is coming into play now. 77 players. Means 7 more need to go down before that stops being an issue. But for this trio down here in the back, Shifty Shafts, they are free and clear. Over, I think, 190-ish damage above the threshold. Trio from Sam, I believe you picked this trio as your favorite. Middle East right now, Hunter, Flame, and Prime here at the skeleton of the monster.
Yeah, so they were the only trio to take a week away from Fiesel and Klops, but again, like we said, they had played with 2 different trio partners there, which kind of led me to edge more towards these guys. Flame was the player who ended up qualifying for the World Cup, unfortunately wasn't able to attend due to personal reasons. With that being said, seeing him kind of grow on the Middle East region, kind of bring this trio up, he's definitely the anchor here. He's able to pop off in so many circumstances, but the fact that they are very consistent in their discipline, and I think they perform slightly better in kind of these tight beat scenarios, and I'm just excited the fact you see them sitting on 42 points. They are towards the higher end for what we've seen in these matches, so assuming we'll see them in the grand finals tomorrow.
Good chance they make their way on through. We are still in game 4, so even after this one completes, 2 more games remain for this Middle East Heat 2 group. We shall see. At this point, here we go. Little box hold, gonna pop that edit and sit and just look around, see if there's anybody on rotation. Comms between this trio while they're sitting here on the northeast side of the next circle. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and maybe 7-ish trios in roughly the same area here. I would say especially the 2 trios to the north. Right now, looking down from above, they are definitely in contention to take shots as rotations start to occur. But here we go. Hunter and Flame. Hunter dropping a couple of those grenades out. The shield bubble goes down to stop any further.
Guys, comment down below what's YouTuber that you see right here, right now.
Too much structure, especially to those GL shots.
Or maybe there is no team. There is no streamer, but I bet there is a streamer.
This trio here in a second, if it happened.
So honestly, I'll trade. He had 7 grenades before, so he threw 1 more back in the chamber there. Now we have 3 max. Not sure if there's other explodes across the team, but they pulled zone again. And you burned a bubble shield for not a ton, right? The grenade launcher would be great in a circumstance to force another team out, but that's effectively what they were trying to do there. And instead of trading it for mats and maybe a couple tags, you get other team's bubble shield out. So not too bad, but the push coming in on the other side. As that Zapper does get armed, but grenades get thrown out the other way to try and equalize the fight. Press is coming through. Hunter, however, on the backside, Edit back out. Akator gets picked down. Oh my god! Rakan gets mowed down right there. A super aggressive Edit coming out from Hunter. Prime, unfortunately, does go down. However, we've seen before with this team that Flame and Hunter are the backbones. Every single time in the week they won, it was Flame and Hunter putting up absolute numbers. Not to down talk Prime or anything, but they are not unfamiliar with the situation. And the fact that they pulled zone again and they're able to rotate through, I'm still confident.
Right now playing like legends, holding it down here still. 2 eliminations. Prime is out of it at this point. Gonna go for that quick edit, reset the trap on the wall. Looking to see if he can find it. Can indeed. Lezix is eliminated. Seal off the top of this box that they're sitting in and rotate around. They are, looks like, safe now in here. Chance to pick up the car to potentially make a push. If there is even still, I don't think there is a reboot van in the safe zone. Maybe Shifty, depending on once we see the full map, we'll have to take a look. Shifty might be the only one, but at this point, that's too far of a rotation. There's no need to worry about that. Nightmare, Ranger, Obito down at the bottom here in the river. Kind of a precarious spot to be in. They basically reclaimed little hut that's down here along the river, but you're so exposed down at the bottom of this canyon. Anybody that's up top that wants to take shots, if you're forced to rotate, is going to have the advantage against you. 24 trails remaining, 67 players. We have 45 seconds until we move towards Circle 4.
Yeah, and the next Storm Surge threshold after the 70 will end up being the 50, so when that one pops up, don't be surprised to see it. With that being said, after the fight with the Sam Trio, they basically had an extra 1k mats laying around, so the next zone pull, if they pull zone again, they're in such a great position, but otherwise they still have the opportunity to kind of branch out tunnel and have a slightly safer rotation. What we're really waiting on is there's not going to be a whole lot of action for the next 20 seconds or so until that zone settles and it moves. Everyone has basically staked out their territory. We've seen a few pokes back and forth, but right now, since no Storm Surge is active, some grenades coming out right now. Oh, and this is something I want to talk about right after they go through, because we've seen the rise of the Solari nade, which is a little bit like this, but here's Godlike and Tyrex, who we saw with that early 2v3 turnaround from Godlike, trying to go on the aggressive here, and they've separated this full trio, knowing they got that. Nightmare, unfortunately, gets his ramp up, but that's not his metal wall, and that's going to complete. That's a launch pad burn for nothing, and now he's been completely segmented off. They are in zone, and it's down. Great 100 tech, picks up Tyrax, but then Godlike picks it up, does cover his back, will try and get the conversion through the siphon. Can Godlike clutch it up again? He wants to get back over his teammate. Nightmare does get the conversion, and he's safe, but now what can you do as the other trio starts pouring in shots? Shield tag coming out from
how much people is there? There's 65 people more or less. Wait, is there? I don't. I'm 100% and 24 trios.
As I say that,
this might be some of the most aggression we've seen between two trails that, honestly, with the position that they were in previously, it even surprises me that they pushed for this, because coming from the west side of the river in there, but Tyrax gets capitalized on, goes down. Godlike, Tyrax, the trio eliminated. But I'm just saying, like, they were a duo and they just pushed on a trio and they didn't necessarily have to. It was a chance for eliminations, and it ended up, it got them one, but it paid the price. Now they're out of game 4.
So what Obito did there, it was sick, by the way, because when he put down the metal floor as the revive happened, both character models stood up at the same time, and they were force phased through. Yep. So you either crouch down and they own the wall and you can't go anywhere, or you're just stuck with a wall blocking basically the entirety of your screen, and you're looking up and getting headshotted, which is what ended up happening there. But the aggression coming out from a singular nade tag when you pulled zone again,
yeah.
Like, if the PG boys had just boxed up, like, they'd be set. And they'd be good, but the aggro coming out, trying to play the aggressors, did get the pick on the Nightmare, but Ranger and Obito saying, nope, not today. They'll get that one. Now going all the way back. So the Solari nades, right? When you line it up, it's 300 damage of explosives coming through at once. Have you noticed that every single time somebody's on the receiving end of the clip, they're sitting in a wood structure in around zone 4 or 5.
Yep.
Yo, stop building your 4, 5, and 6 zone structures with the wood.
People are going to learn
and then complaining
eventually,
about getting Solari nated.
People are going to learn eventually.
So build with metal, because then the first barrage comes through and it gets eaten. And if you can't throw another wall up after that, then you probably deserve to get hit by those nades.
It's just tough because you're trying to sit on the metal until later in the game.
Nope.
But hear me out. I understand. You're trying to sit on the metal until later in the game. A lot of players at certain points will say, I don't want to have to worry about that as we go into the end of it. You know, they're going to start looking at eliminations as their source of material. Basically, a replenishment. But you're right. Using the metal between 4 and 5 is probably one of the more important things if you think a nade barrage is going to happen, because if you don't prepare for it, that's going to happen. You're going to get eliminated.
Like, your two options are either have a hard scout looking for pre-edited cones, because that's how you line it up, or just sit in metal. And I know, but even then, like, you could sit on top of a full, like, a singular metal cone in a 1x1 at the top. As long as you're in that, you're good from the first barrage, and then you can edit down and recone yourself. I'm just throwing it out there. 400 HP on fully built metal.
You're not wrong. Just say that. You're not wrong.
But now, good rotation coming out here, utilizing the launch pad, and now we're pulling in towards the half-in, half-out zone that has the potential. I mean, this is brutal. You're half on a mountain, you're near tilted zone, so you're either running through the river while the billy goats are up on the side, or you're being forced to go over the verticality. So these next zones are going to be key. That's why you see people burning utility now to get primary positioning here, because you're either on the high ground or you're stuck.
Gonna take shots at more players rotating through. Carl, 1 elimination. Raid and Snoika, 3 and 1, so 5 eliminations total for this trio. 20 points, 20 trios remaining right now, 43 players. Well ahead of what the damage threshold is thus far, especially if Carl continues to hit tags, if they even have to worry about it at this point. Here we go, the next circle, looking at a northeast push back across the valley through the river. Just massive amounts of pressure. The minigun combined with a legendary AR spraying walls down. They're trying to seek out any damage tags they can, because if they do get a knock, especially in a place like this, everyone's basically pressed against the wall. You're looking at a chance where someone else is going to try and take shots at that too. Plus, Carl has 12 RPGs. Here we go. Wait for that edit. See if you can sneak one in and get.
You have 12. You need to start firing these off.
Honestly,
take them with you. Oh, there you go. Can't take him with you. As you see, he gets the 120 tag there and immediately going to start reloading. He knows people are going to move. Launchpad does come out. Good
still 40 people left.
Oh, yeah, there you go. That was actually such a great move to get up on the high ground on the far side. Now start firing those babies off. Punish these players who are trying to rotate through right now and take advantage of your superior positioning. But right now, instead, just going to get themselves settled in the fact they're sitting on 5 elims and they have great positioning right now over the rest of the lobby. Bubble shield on top of the launch pad to prevent the immediate lasers. So good little combination there and showing off the versatility of that new addition.
There we go, taking their rotation as well. Carl all the way up top. Number of players rotating on through there too. Tuna potentially going to take shots. This trio tries to make their way in, looking for a spot to land. Carl's going to get forced all the way down underneath a tree, basically the low ground with this many players above. 13 trios remaining at this point, which means one more needs to go down, and then placement points come out. A solid rocket! Are you kidding me? Right through. What an angle there as Carl picks up at least, let's see, 2 knockdowns. Minor and unique, both knocks. You see the feed up there, which means 1 player left. There's the eliminations come out. Vinti is the last one to go down there, and this shockwave to put him at the forefront of the storm. Very, very key. Looking back down underneath, still 10 more RPG shots. Feeds one through, another trio of 121 damage hits, another one. Oh my gosh, the feed just does not stop for Carl, finding knock after knock. Raid does go down, you see, got to be eliminated, so they're down to only a duo, but building forward, one right in front. Another elimination there, up to 5.
Great awareness, too, to turn now with that AR towards the line, seeing the player rotate and drop down, catching him, and now he worked directly back up to Snoika. So all of a sudden, they're back together, and they're one of the few duos who is still left. Everyone else is pretty much a solo rider. You can see Flame still in the top left. Carl picked up another elim. That's another rocket finding down. No marks there, but then gets it with the AR tags. Top 4, but he gets picked up. Still 7 RPGs in there, but he had great efficiency there. Dropping down, there's 1 duo left. Otherwise, it's all solo riders. 11 elims from Snoika and his trio. Nobody wants to fall here. You want to get into top 2. There's elim number 12. There it is, and there's top 2 as Ziad goes down. It's Obito versus Snoika there. Can he close it out? Unfortunately, pinned against the wall. You have to go forward. 7 HP, but it's a wall of tack shots coming up there.
Comment down below if you want to see another one.
Ranger, the duo, who is able to...
Alright, guys, we're gonna play solo arena. K-A-R-N. Guys, we're gonna play this replacement, so I might have to camp. I'm going to go Fatal. Actually, yeah, I'm going Fatal. Oh God, somebody's near me. even go here.
Hola Bruno sect interesario un editor gratis? Veo tu contenido es poco y mi mola te interesa?
Okay. I don't speak whatever language you're speaking. Everybody make sure they like and subscribe. Turn on those post notifications and yep. Oh, there's other kid on him. I'm rushing him.